Alright traders, pay close attention. This is a very interesting situation. This is the Ethereum that presents one of the weirdest looking head and shoulders pattern that I've seen for a long time. I gotta tell you, this is something really special. And you know, the fact of the matter is that not only the pattern that's looking so bizarre, but it's actually combined with a powerful cross-price matrix system here, set up a trading range, which kind of suggests that price should come back on the upside. Right? We actually had a bearish view on the Ethereum up until yesterday. Since yesterday, we are completely neutral at this point, but with some inclination towards an upside reversal. All right, let me go through the technical details here. So I started talking about that weird looking head and shoulders pattern, right? Now this is the formation, guys. Take a look. We had a nice left shoulder, right? Then came a massive head, textbook head and shoulders pattern up until this point. However, now this is the weird looking part. Instead of developing an equally, I'm not even talking about symmetrical, just equally right shoulder in order to, have an authentic head and shoulders pattern here, what happened was price kind of, went beyond that neckline, that supposed neckline, and started to form right shoulder below that neckline, where the tip of the right shoulder is edging that neckline from below, right? And then basically just continued to build up that right shoulder as if nothing ever happened, as if it's the the typical and common head and shoulders pattern. Anyway, obviously we can draw a reliable neckline that would connect these two shoulders, which means that this is as a head and shoulders pattern, it's rather useless, to be honest. Now let me talk about the second part of the technical situation. I'm telling you, we have an interesting story here behind the Ethereum, no doubt. This is the formation we've been looking at ever since the beginning of July, right? We had the first, second, third, boom. That was the fourth move in this trading range, and it hit that that bottom support, right? The edge of that setup, 178.84, with a very nice reaction, right? You have to appreciate that. It was kind of bouncing back up, right? Kind of giving a lot of respect to that level as a strong support. Now this would be the classic point for a potential turnaround, right? This might, potentially speaking, this could be the tipping point in what seems to be just a typical sideways movement, meaning we're going to have another upside leg back to the higher section, maybe back again, guys, to that same neckline, right? We already had here a couple of attempts coming, price coming from below and testing and retesting that neckline. But as far as that trading range goes, we can definitely expect a move back to the higher section and back to basically 223 and up to 244 pretty much, right? So guys, at this point, obviously we have kind of a contradiction. We have that head and shoulders pattern, which is, even though it's futile in some sense, it's still pointing downwards, right? We have to acknowledge that. And at the other edge of that spectrum, we have a bullish setup coming from that trading range. So it should be really interesting to see how things are going to evolve here. We are taking a bullish conviction, but we haven't pulled the trigger on a real bullish position here yet, guys. Here is what needs to happen for us to get involved in a bullish position, and we're going to take it only from the short-term perspective at first, right? We have to comply with that setup that is guiding price action right now. So price needs to come back up and cross back above the 280 moving average and you might even say the 199.72, they're pretty close to one another. But we're probably going to be satisfied with just breaking above the 200-day moving average. And then, guys, we're probably going to go right back into a bullish position on the Ethereum. All right? We're going to place our stop loss level at 160, and that's pretty much the game plan. That's about that for the Ethereum. That's about that for today, guys. Till next time, be well.